What's up everybody, this is Ven bringing you one more final Jurassic World Dominion set review, and today we're taking a look at set number 76949, Giganotosaurus and Therizinosaurus Attack. And this is the largest set in the wave, going for approximately $129.99 USD, sporting about 810 parts, 6 minifigures, and 2 brand new dino figures. Sort of. There's some aspects of them that are new, some aspects of them that we've seen before, but we'll get into that a little bit later. For this set, I decided to do something a little bit different from the other Jurassic World reviews we've done so far. I decided that I wanted to build this on live stream. If you guys are interested in that type of thing, you want to catch the next time we do a live build, subscribe to the channel, leave us some feedback, let us know what you would like to see us build live, so that way you get first-hand impressions. So with all that said, let me go ahead and show you guys how that stream went a little bit, and we'll go ahead and start talking about the actual set from there. Let me show you guys the box. Look at that. Some pretty cool stuff here. Look at all that. Thanks for joining the stream. I'm just popping open bag 1. Looks like there's a total of 5 bags. Well, 5 quote-unquote, because they actually have multiple bags for each number. I don't know why Lego does that. Like, there's 2 bags here that say bag 2. Now, Giganotosaurus here was one that I always used to see in my dinosaur books. And I used to think it was called the Giganotosaurus. The build is, well, it's coming along. We just started on bag 1, and right now I have both of the dinosaurs built. And we got this little buggy. ATV. After getting through the first bag, I really just kind of zipped through the rest of the build, occasionally making conversation with the audience about the Jurassic Park movies, and eventually Bionicle, of all things. It was a little tough building at my computer desk, which I don't usually do for a set this big, but for the stream, it was pretty chill. There's a total of 5 bags to get through, the first one, of course, being the dinosaurs and part of the tower, the second bag being the remainder of the tower, third bag covering the helicopter, fourth bag starting the base or facility building thing, and the fifth bag, well, finishing that same facility building thing. And it was the perfect kind of build to keep my hands busy while I made conversation. Even the stickers on this set didn't bother me too much. Well, didn't quite go as well as I wanted it to, but it works. It works. The sticker god has not been felled yet. So building this set was honestly a lot of fun. Ended up being a pretty satisfying build overall, watching all the different details come together. The sticker placement was a little bit agonizing, not as bad as some other sets that I've experienced. And I actually do appreciate some of the stickers that are included in the set. There were some that I thought were really impressive in how much detail they did add to the set overall. A little disappointed that there aren't too many play features with this set. It's not like the T-Rex set where you can take the T-Rex and just kind of bust through the buildings. I mean, I guess you can, but this set isn't really focused on that type of play functionality. Really, it feels more like an interactive set for the minifigures. And I would still say that I enjoyed building it overall. It took a while to build this thing. It took me about 2 to 3 hours. I want to say at least 2 hours. I did get a little sidetracked here and there during the live stream, but I enjoy those kind of builds personally. If you want a set that'll keep you busy for a bit, this is one to consider for sure. This helicopter build is pretty nice. I didn't think much of it when I first started putting it together, but as it kind of came together, I slowly but surely started to appreciate it. And I do like how it is a little bit interactive. I did end up liking this helicopter build a lot more than I thought I would. It's not the flashiest or the most colorful, but it's a fun little interactive addition to the set that I don't mind being here. It's always fun to spin the blades and the little turbines. You could put a minifig inside and have it control the helicopter with these little levers. Not actually control, it's not battery operated or anything, but you know, just imagine it. And there's this thing that you can store inside of it. I still don't really know what this is, but I like that functionality. You can carry around this little piece of cargo, and there's a hatch on both sides that you can open. Then there's this mini ATV, which I'm not gonna lie, I don't really care for it too much, but it's cute. You can put minifigs on it and roll it around. That's always fun. I think the coolest part about it is that you can actually store it inside of the facility. You can just roll it into this little space or roll it out just as easily. Then there's this facility with the control tower, and this is pretty much the bulk of the set's build. I actually kind of like this building in a way. I like the way that it looks, and I love the details on the sides. Here's some plants and some walkie-talkies here for some reason. On the other side, there's more foliage along with these lights and a little security camera, which I thought was a nice little detail. I like that. And there's something about the curvature of the building that just makes spinning it around and looking towards the front a bit more satisfying than I think it should be. There are some somewhat interactive features with the door at the front. Of course, you can open and close that. Then there's this antenna on top for radar, I guess, to track down dinosaurs with, and you could spin that around. And my favorite part of the exterior is the helicopter landing pad, which is designed in this particular way where the helicopter can sit securely. So, you know, there's also a lot of details on the interior to appreciate, like the eggs, this little amber extraction bay. There's a microscope off to the side, and on the right side of where the ATV is parked, there's this grappling hook thing. I'm not sure exactly what this is, but hey, it's there. Neat. The top floor has some pretty cool stickers, I will admit it. The stickers here are quite nice. Then there's a coffee machine and some shelves displaying amber fossils. Then there's this computer desk, complete with an office chair and a fossil display. Some pretty cool stuff. Now moving on to the control tower, there's not really as much detail going on here. It's a control tower, there's a balcony, that's kind of it. The interior also has some cool stickers on screens. Again, more interior details that look quite nice. Putting a minifig inside really shows just how small this thing looks though. I don't know if it's really supposed to be this way, but it's kind of funny. What's funnier is the function that this tower has, where you pull this thing on the side and that allows the platform here to be knocked down, say by a Giganotosaurus perhaps. Me hungry. Now, of course, I think we gotta talk about the main attraction of the set. The minifigures, and then we'll talk about the dinosaurs. We'll get there, I promise you. Here we have all 6 minifigures featured in this set, starting with Alan Grant, Ellie Sattler, Henry Wu, Kayla Watts, Owen Grady, and Claire Deering. And these are very nice, clean-looking figures. The printing for all their clothes looks really good. And of course, each minifig features a double-sided head. Well, except for Dr. Grant, who is once again restricted to just one face. Now, we have seen the Ellie, Owen, and Claire minifigures in a different set already, so there's not too much exclusive about them here. They were already featured in my other reviews so far. Kayla Watts also appears in another set, so really the only exclusive minifigs here are Alan Grant and Henry Wu. And it's cool to have older versions of these characters in minifigure form, and I actually look forward to seeing how these characters interact in the new movie. It'll be the first time since the first Jurassic Park movie, but I digress. Here are the 2 newest Alan Grant figures compared to one of the older ones, and I gotta commend LEGO for keeping the appearance of this character so consistent with the hat and all, despite all the differences that you can see on each of these figures. Alright, okay, fine. We've talked enough about the minifigures. We know who's in the set. Dino time. So, of course, we got the Giganotosaurus and the Therizinosaurus, 2 brand new dinosaurs to both the Jurassic World universe as we know it, and the LEGO Jurassic line as a whole. We've never gotten these dinosaur figures before. Now, as I was saying at the beginning of the review, they are kind of new. So what I mean is, you know, this torso, this body on the Giganotosaurus is definitely new. We have not seen this part before. The tail might also be new, What we have seen before are the legs, the arms, and this head actually. This, I believe, is the same head that they used for the Indominus Rex figure. Which at first I was a little bit put off by. It's not how I typically think of the Giganotosaurus. I'm very much familiar with how the actual animal looks like, or how it's supposed to look like. And I know how much the Jurassic World Dominion movie has changed its appearance to, I don't know, I guess look more scary, more terrifying. And that's what LEGO was going for here, not necessarily the scary part, but they were trying to recreate how it looks in the movie, not exactly make a scientifically accurate Giganotosaurus, which perturbs me a little bit because I love me some scientifically accurate dinosaurs, but I get it, that was never gonna be what I was gonna get out of this. Anyway, it's a nice figure. I like it a lot. I love all the details on it. And I think the color is actually really nice too. It's got really cool patterning and all these details on it, like the battle scars, some scales. This whole crazy looking spine is molded into the torso, so this is a whole new part right here. Now, of course, much like the other big dinosaur figures we've gotten so far, Giganotosaurus has some articulation up here in the little arms. The legs can swing back and forth. Then you go up to the head and you can open the jaw, turn the head around, twist the neck, do all sorts of crazy stuff. And the tail is also articulated a little bit. And just so you can see how big this figure is, here it is next to the Alan Grant minifigure. Look at that, it towers the minifigures. Absolutely imposing, and yes, of course, you can fit the minifigure inside its mouth quite easily. Quite terrifying. Even standing next to Rexy, this thing looks like a threat. They have the same arms and legs, technically. You know, those are the same exact molds, but the torso is the main difference here, and that's what's giving the Giganotosaurus its bigger size. I look forward to seeing these two throw down in the movie, but I have a feeling I know how that's gonna go. Spoiler alert, not good for Rexy. It's very unique, and it stands out quite a bit from the other larger dinosaurs we've gotten so far. Speaking of standing out, the Therizinosaurus stands out quite a lot from all the other dinosaurs we've seen so far. That's a new head mold. These arms are wild, definitely memorable right off the bat. I love how the claws are posable. The body, aside from those two portions, is basically the same as the Baryonyx figure, but I honestly do not mind that they recycled it. I think it works here, considering what the animal actually is supposed to look like. Now here's a better look at the Therizinosaurus figure, and I'm bringing it closer so that way you guys can see all the details on the scales, the stripes. It has an articulated jaw, very cool, and it's a very unique looking dinosaur. That new molded head is probably the second most interesting part behind the claws. There's some really nice molding in there. Of course, the Therizinosaurus is also articulated. You can see it in the legs and the arms. We already went over the fingers, or shredder claws. Then there's the tail, which can twist around, and it's a little bit bendy at the end too. The scale patterning is quite interesting. It actually reminds me of feathers more so than scales, and I'm willing to bet that's probably what they are. Now, in terms of the height, we're also going to compare it to the T-Rex. The torso on this one is lower than Rexy's, but the elongated neck makes up for some of that height difference. I wonder if these two are also gonna throw down in the movie. If Therizinosaurus can go up against a Giganotosaurus, then surely it can go up against a Rexy too. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. Now here's all the large dinosaurs we've gotten from this line so far. They all look pretty cool. Giganotosaurus is obviously the biggest of them all. And there's one thing I noticed that was really interesting once I put them all together like this. I noticed that the patterning and the coloration of the Therizinosaurus is very similar to that of the Triceratops. The gray primary color with the tan secondary and these red, well, dark red details. The dark red feathers on Therizino, dark red scales on the Triceratops. I wonder if there's any significance to this. Were they part of the same clan and then maybe they had a disagreement, a falling out of some sort, so they fought, and that's why the Triceratops has all these battle scars? The scars look the same as the Giganotosaurus's, so I think I'm onto something here. Overall, these two dinosaurs are very cool. I hope that LEGO makes another set like this where we get two big dinosaurs, and that when they do, it's a green T-Rex versus a Spinosaurus. I've been waiting on that for a while, Lego. And I honestly think it's really cool that we're getting 2 big dinosaurs in just one set. We usually only get just one, and that probably would have been the Giganotosaurus. So I'm glad that they kind of allocated some of that set budget towards another dinosaur rather than, I don't know, maybe 2 of these buildings. Now overall, this is not a bad set. I do like it. I do love the dinosaurs and the minifigures and the details that are put into it. There's a lot of aspects I do like about it. Is it a set for me? Not really. I mean, I love collecting the dinosaurs and minifigures, but there's only so much I'd be willing to spend for those things, really. So when it comes to how much money am I spending for all this, really you're ultimately buying the dinosaurs and some exclusive minifigures. The rest of this is a bonus, I'd say, especially if you're a kid, then there's something for you to play with your dinosaurs and your figures especially. But for me as an adult collector, it doesn't really do much for me. And those are pretty much all my thoughts. I can't wait to see how everything plays out in the Jurassic World Dominion movie. I think I'll have to check it out just to see how the battle goes down between the Giganotosaurus and the Therizinosaurus. Also, if I'm saying Giganotosaurus wrong, like if it's Giganotosaurus or Giganotosaurus, feel free to let me know. However you think it's pronounced, let me know in the comments down below. I've always understood it as Giganotosaurus, but hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I didn't double check before recording this video. Alright, and since we've covered everything about this particular set, I thought I'd show you all something cool. The entire wave, well, not the entire wave, just whatever part of the wave that LEGO has sent us, so half of the wave. It's all here, all the sets that we've reviewed so far for the Jurassic World Dominion line. The only set I did not include here was the T-Rex Breakout set, simply because that is a Jurassic Park set, not a Jurassic World Dominion set. You know, it's a technicality, but it's an important one. So now that we're all wrapped up on all these reviews, I would absolutely love if you guys left some feedback, followed the channel, subscribed, liked the video, you know, let us know how you like these videos and if you want to see more similar to this one. Not necessarily Jurassic, it could be anything else. All that said, I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time on whatever review I do next.